Hey, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of What If Moments for Moms. I could not be more excited for this episode. We are going to be talking to the money-saving mom herself. We're going to be talking about her book, Time Saving Mom. And I know so many of you are in the throes of all the kids and the chaos, so she has some incredible tips. Stephanie will, of course, be here with the What the Hack segment, and Dr. Brooks Gibbs will be here with a mental health moment. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and take this moment just for you. Crystal, thank you so much for joining me. I am so honored that you would take some time out of your very busy schedule to sit down and talk with us today.
It's such an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So you're most well known as the money-saving mom. And I cannot tell you how many people I have had call and text me today because they're so excited that we're talking and they just can't wait to hear all of the things that you have to say. So just first tell me a little bit about, they know you as the money-saving mom, but you're Crystal Paine. So who is Crystal Paine? What does her family look like? Tell me all about that.
Yeah, so I never set out to be the money-saving mom. It's funny that become the moniker because I started this site in 2007 to help moms save money called moneysavingmom.com. And pretty soon people who are starting to call me Money Saving Mom. And so eventually I've just kind of owned it. Okay. But my husband and I have been married for 20 years. We live in the Nashville, Tennessee. We have 6 kids. They are 18, 16, 14. Then we had 10 years of secondary infertility. And then we have a biological 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And then we also have a 3-year-old little boy who has Down syndrome and cleft lip palate and a feeding tube and some other medical complexities that we adopted from foster care. And then we have another little boy that we fostered him in 2020. He's back now with his mom, but we do the childcare for him.
Wow.
We have 6 kids and then a bonus little boy that's at our house a lot. And so I also, like you said, have moneysavingmom.com. I'm very active on Instagram, the Money Saving Mom on Instagram. I've written a few books and have a podcast called The Crystal Paine Show.
It's incredible. That's incredible. I just look at my life and I'm like, well, what am I doing today? That's incredible that you can do all of that. And I think we talked about like some of the books that you've written. And the one that we're going to talk about today is The Time Saving Mom. And when you sent it to me, it just resonated with me so much because like I told you before we started, like, I feel like this is where I die. Like and just like, I think some of the quotes that you talked about in here, it's like putting out fires all day. Like I'm like just almost living in that like responsive instead of the proactive living. And I know that this book's going to it says how to juggle a lot, enjoy life, and accomplish what matters most. So what made you want to write this book?
Well, as I was writing about saving money and helping people save money, the thing that I kept coming up against was I don't have time. Like I want to my grocery bill. I want to get out of debt. We want to pay down that credit card, but we just honestly don't have time. Like we're over here just drowning in all the to-dos. And so I just really started writing more on my blog about intentional living and how, it's not just about your finances, but also how you use your time. I feel like time and money are so integrated, and I really want to live my life thinking of the future and thinking of the end of my life and looking back and saying, did I use my days well? Did I wrap my time in my life and my energy around those things that matter? And so really thinking of what's going to matter in 25 years from now and trying to live my life in accordance with that. And so I really have a heartbeat and a passion, not only to help people save money, but also to help them be intentional with their life and to live a life that matters.
Yeah, that's so good. And I read a couple of the quotes and I love that you talked about the 25 years from now, because I mean, I feel like I'm mostly live in the now, or maybe like, Charlie's going to be 3 in December. So maybe I'm like planning his birthday party, but not much more than that. And I just appreciated reading that because it kind of like shifted that a little bit in my mind, like thinking, okay, wait a minute, like there's more to this. And some of the things that you say in here, like the little choices we make each day can change the trajectory of our life, and we can't make everything important. I know that this book, we don't have a ton of time, so I want to dive into it. It talks about a 4-step program. Can you kind of describe that and what that looks like for our viewers?
So as I was writing this book, which honestly, I had some resistance to writing it because I personally was just feeling like there are so many other books out there and management, what do I have to say? But my publisher really encouraged me to write it because they said, Crystal, you are the only person that can write from your voice and your perspective. And so what is it that helps me to live a life of intention? I came up with these 4 strategies. And so really the first one is to pray, to start your day from that posture of prayer. So that looks like for me getting on a treadmill in the mornings and praying over all the details of my day, including this interview, just praying and asking God, go before me, give me what I need. There's some nights when I don't get a lot of sleep because of having a lot of young ones, and just praying and saying, God, multiply my sleep, multiply my energy. And so starting from that foundation of prayer. And then I talk about prioritization, and I talk about my 6x2 priority system, where I have 6 priority areas that I wrap my time in my life around, but I only focus on 2 per day. And that's really helped me to be fully present where I am, instead of trying to be all the places all the time and feeling really stretched thin. And then the third is, so it's priority. And I talk in the book about my hybrid planning system. So I use Google Calendar, which is online. And then I also am a pen and paper girl. And so I
me too.
write out a time block to do list for every day. And that's something that's really helped me. It's kind of like my budget for my time. And so thinking in those terms has been really helpful. Of if I want to use my money intentionally, I think budgeting and pre-deciding how you're going to spend your money is so important. Same is true with our time. And then finally in the book, I talk about planning. So pray, prioritize, plan, prep, and said the wrong. So pray, prioritize, and then plan, and then prep. So finally, prepping looks like for me, that's prepping not only my space, so my physical space, but also my mental space, because I feel like there's so much that happens when it comes to our success or our failure between our 2 ears. And so really, how do we approach our days? Are we approaching this negative mindset of, so often I hear people saying, I can't do that, I don't have time. And I really challenge people to change your vocabulary, to, instead of saying, I don't have time, to say, I'm choosing to spend my time differently, because that really puts you in the driver's seat. That helps you to take ownership of your life, and for you to say, okay, what can I do? What I have, where I am, I'm going to do the best with that. And it's not going to be perfect, but if I just decide that I'm going to fail from the get-go without even trying, I'm never going to get anywhere. And so really planning mentally, and sometimes, it just starts with really, you have to get up and let the feelings follow. So take action and let the feelings follow that action. And that for me, it's such a difference.
That's so good. I love that. Okay. So I'm thinking like practically. So I know, like, for people listening to this, thinking about doing these 4 steps might be a little overwhelming. Like, even me thinking about, okay, when in my week can I sit down and do that? Like, even plan that. So what would you say to the mom that thinks that they can't even find like the time to even plan that, and it's a little overwhelming?
So first off, in the back of the book, I have a 7-week plan to help you walk through each principles really slowly, because I don't want you to try to overhaul your life overnight. And maybe it takes you 7 months. Like I say in each of the weeks, are you ready to move on? If not, okay, let's do this week over again. Because I'm all about, like, let's have microscopic movement in the direction that you want to go versus just staying still. But also I would say, if you feel like I just have 0 time to change anything right now, start with prayer, because prayer is something that you can do even if you have no time, because you can pray while you're driving. Like I talked about, praying while I'm on the treadmill, pray while you're in the shower, pray. Starting from that foundation of, God, I need you each and every moment of each and every day. I cannot do this on my own strength. And asking for him, inviting him into your day. And then for me, I found that when I kind of invite him to go and strength that I need, then I am anticipating how he's going to show up and be faithful. And it really changes my whole perspective for my day.
Yeah, that's so good. So that's so good. Because even like, if I'm thinking of myself, like, I don't have time, but I am driving to work. So I can make that time and I can pray while I'm driving to work. I can turn the radio off. I cannot call my mom or my dad on the way like I normally do, and I can pray. So I appreciate that. That's such good advice. We're going to take just a really quick break. So we're going to go jump in with Stephanie, and she's going to show us an amazing what the hack like she always does. But stay tuned because we'll be right back with more on this incredible story with Crystal Paine and the Money Saving Mom. Hang with us.
We want to connect with you. Make sure to visit our website, momentsformoms.tv, for the latest episodes of the show, guest information, resources, and so much more. Visit momentsformoms.tv today.
The hat. They're singing.
Hello, friends. I'm Stephanie, and today I have my friend Rebecca with me.
Hi, everybody.
And we are going to show you some Christmas DIY, right? Do it yourself. Yes.
Absolutely.
I go backwards sometimes. Everything is from Dollar Tree. We're going to show you. Don't sleep on Dollar Tree because you can buy things and you can elevate them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So wait till you see what we have for you today. So first thing, you have a mop head. Okay, how simple. $1.25. Okay, and I have simply unbraided all of the strings. So see, they just come apart super easy.
Yep.
So you can just sit watching TV one night and unbraid it. I have a Christmas hat. This one's well loved, but you can get a new one. I am simply going to, are you ready? I'm going to hot glue right here, the front, and then I'll pick this up and show you when I'm all done. I'm going to do the top of the hat. I'm going to come around the back, and I am just going to bend it over and hot glue it there. Super simple. Listen.
So easy.
This is what I'm saying. Get some lady friends together, okay?
Oh, Christmas craft day.
Yes, and Christmas craft. Go to the Dollar Tree. Have a little contest like, what can I find at the Dollar Tree that I can make into something Christmassy?
Yep.
Okay.
Make it a little challenge.
Yeah. I'm going to put my little hot glue because I should have put more in there. Okay.
I got to do the same.
So I'm hot gluing. I'm flipping it back over. I am going to hot glue the little ball down so that it stays right where I want it. You could use E6000 too for really long.
Oh,
and
longevity.
Then I simply have a Christmas bulb. Okay. I'm going to put some hot glue around the Christmas bulb. Like that. And I'm going to put it right on there. I mean, it's just the cutest thing. Look at this.
Oh, my goodness. Stop it.
How cute is this gnome? It's a mop head and a hat and a bulb. You could hang this somewhere. You could put a jar. I saw it in here, and it can sit on a counter. So cute.
Very cute.
Is that so cute?
Yes.
Okay, number 2. We have one more for you. We have these wooden ornaments.
Here you go.
Okay, from Dollar Tree. We have these, what do you call these? Self-adhesive wall tiles. We are simply going to, hey, thanks. Okay, you got yours, I got mine. We're gonna trace the back quickly.
Yes.
We're gonna cut
we're going.
the tile out. So you're taking this wooden tile and you're just giving it some more life, right?
Just elevating it a little bit.
Yeah. So here we go.
All right.
Cut, cut, cut. And once you stick this on, you can paint it. So you have texture.
Yep.
Real quick. Time goes by really fast.
It really does.
Taping.
And time just flies when you're having fun.
And let me share with you while I'm doing this, I have a Facebook page you can go to. It's right here, Stephanie's Fan Club. Fan Club, tongue in cheek, right? So we're going to glue this on here. And look, it's going to make it more fancy.
So
right?
cute.
And then you can hang these up. You can paint them. You can do anything you want, but it just makes it a more fancy ornament.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
My email address is right here, stephanieo@ctnonline.com. I'm here to answer all of your questions. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
The hat. They're singing.
Welcome back. I'm here with Crystal Paine in The Money Saving Mom. We are talking about her book, Time Saving Mom. And she just quickly and briefly walked us through the 4-step system of, okay, Crystal, you might have to help me. Prayer, prioritizing, planning, and preparation. Yes. Okay. Got it. Got it. I'm going to get better at this. So we talked a little bit and you encouraged moms who might feel a little overwhelmed by that. There's a couple other things that really just stuck out to me in the book. And I can easily, my nature is I can easily fall into comparison, and I can see what other moms are doing and just like, wow, how is she doing that? How is she able to do that? Like, how do you work full time? How do you do all of this? Well, how can you encourage some of those moms like me that might fall into that world?
Well, for one, I'm so glad you're asking this question, because you said something earlier talking about you're doing so many different things. And I just want to remind you and anyone else who's listening, like, I've been at this for a really long time. So I didn't start with 6 kids and an extra one that we, do childcare for sometimes. I didn't start with a podcast and multiple books and a blog and all the different things. I started one at a time. And so I think it's important to recognize that if you look at someone else and it's like, she's doing all the things. Well, one, she's not doing all the things. No one is doing everything. And if they're trying to, I can guarantee you that there's a lot of things that they're not doing well. And that is okay. Like for me, I've had to selectively decide that there are a lot of things in my life that I'm not going to be a rock star at. Like, I have a few areas in my life that I really want to prioritize. And that for me is time with my kids. And that's, working on making sure that I am in a healthy place so that I can lead well in the spaces that God has called me to lead. And that is, some things that he's called me to do online and some areas that he's called me to serve in our community. But there are a lot of other things that I do not do. Like, if you were to come to our house, simplest meals on the planet. Like, I consider cereal can be dinner. Last night, we literally had a frozen pizza and chicken tenders that were from a bag. And, I think sometimes we feel like that mom over there, that she's making this amazing 5-course dinner. And then this mom over here that is dressing her kids in these beautiful clothes. And then this mom over here that has this amazing organizational system. And this mom over here that is homeschooling, and we then combine it all together and think that we're supposed to be all of those things, when it's like everyone has their gifts, everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses. And so for me, my strength is helping people to save money. It's helping people to really come up with creative ways to use what they've been given. But I'm not strong when it comes to decorating my house. I have never nailed anything on my wall ever. If anything is hung up on my wall, it is because someone else has put it there. That is not my gift. There are so many areas that I just keep things super, super, super simple, because if I were to try to become that, I'm like, that's not who God has designed me to be. And so I think really stepping into, where has God called me? How has he gifted me? And I'm going to own that, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to be okay that there are a lot of other things that a lot of other people are doing really, really well. And I can just appreciate that. I can ask them to help me in the areas that I'm weak in, and I can be okay that those are not my strengths. And that's good.
That's awesome. That's so good. And I think something that you said, you prioritize time with your kids. And then the second thing, not necessarily that it's in this order, but you mentioned that you make sure that you're in a healthy place. And I think for moms, that is the thing that gets dropped to the very bottom of the list. But if we are pouring until we're empty, I mean, we're just going to be, I know for myself, I'm exhausted, I'm burnt out, I get bitter, I get angry quicker. You know what I mean? Like, if we operate from that place of just complete exhaustion and emptiness. So can you talk about that at all? Like, how do you make that time to make sure that you're at a healthy place, I don't know, physically, mentally, emotionally? How do you prioritize that so well?
This is such a great question, because honestly, this is something that I'm really working on in my life, because at the beginning of the summer, we were thinking, oh, we're going to have this really calm summer. We're going to get to do all these things. And we got a call from the mom of the little boy that we fostered. And she asked if we could step in and start doing his childcare, which we were so honored to be asked to do. But adding in a third 3-year-old, it was kind of the straw that broke. I was telling somebody the other day, the straw that broke this stubborn camel's back. Like that was the thing where I cannot add this in and keep carrying all the other things that I'm carrying. And so
Right.
I just really use this to kind of help me to need to let some things go, to lay some things down, and to allow some other people to help pick things up for me. And I actually hired a life and business coach 2 months ago because I was just feeling like I'm carrying too much, but I don't know how to not carry what I'm carrying. And the first thing, honestly, like probably 10 minutes into our first conversation, she said, Crystal, you have got to let some things go. And I was like, I don't feel like I can let anything go. She said, if you were standing at the edge of a cliff and someone were going to push you off unless you drop some things, what would you drop? And that was so good for me because I realized, oh, there are some things that I can let go of. And so I would just encourage anyone who is feeling like there's just nothing I can drop, ask her. And then also I just started praying for God to bring the people and the resources and what I needed to be able to get to a place where I had more breathing room. And so deciding to pick up this one thing and yes to that of providing childcare is really pushing me to let some other things go. And that's been really, really good for me, humbling and good.
Yeah, that's so good. I feel like us as moms, like we kind of feel like the whole world like is on our two hands, and it's like this weird sense of like control and responsibility that I don't believe that God intended for us to have. I know that we put that on ourselves. I put that on myself. I'm the mom. I'm thinking like, okay, what are we going to have for dinner? What is he going to eat for lunch? I need to prepare his breakfast. And my mother-in-law and my mom and my dad, like everybody helps take care of my little guy. And they're all more than willing to make him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if I don't plan his meal. But for me, I just feel so responsible to make all of those things turn and spin and happen. And I think that it would take me really like asking, what a powerful question. Like if you're about to be pushed over the edge, if you like, for me, I'm very visual. So like, I can see that, like, what are some things? And gosh, I can just see myself like sitting and just like maybe journaling that out a little bit and really like spending some time with God, because everything that I'm carrying, I feel so heavy and responsible for. On here, you said we can't make everything important. And I think this goes to the point we were talking about. We have to decide what is going to be important in our life and what is going to be unimportant. When you say yes to one thing, you are in essence saying no to something else. And that's really hard because the thing we're saying no to might be something really great and something that we really enjoy, but whether it's for a season or forever, we might have to say no to that to take care of the more important yes.
I think one of the things that has been so helpful to me is to recognize that when I say no to something, it can be someone else's yes. So my no can open up the door for someone else to say yes. And if I'm trying to say yes to all the things, I'm actually keeping other people from the opportunity to step into things. So sometimes when I feel really strongly like there's something that needs to be done, but I don't feel like I have the capacity to step into that, to just pray and say, God, would you please provide the person to step into that space? And he does. And so often it's someone that's so much better, and it's someone that has the time and the excitement to do that thing. And so I think for me, often it's just that reminder that I don't have to say yes to everything, that it doesn't all depend upon me, and that my no can be someone else's yes.
That is so good. That is so good. So good. I can't thank you enough for taking this time out of your schedule and time blocking us in. I can't wait. Like, I have my paper planner and I can't wait to do that. I'm very excited about it. So thank you. Thank you. Tell everybody where they can find you.
So like I said, my blog is moneysavingmom.com. If you're looking for great deals and just encouragement to be intentional in how you spend your finances. And then also I'm on Instagram, very active on Instagram stories, The Money Saving Mom. And my podcast is called The Crystal Paine Show.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
What If Moments for Moms is more than just a show. It is a community of moms encouraging each other on this incredible journey we have been called to. Join our private Facebook group to share your mom moments, questions, small victories, and connect with other moms as we all come together in this ministry called motherhood. We can't wait to see you there.
For the Christian Television Network, I'm Dr. Brooks Gibbs. Welcome back to your mental health moment. Today we're delving into a topic at the very heart of the Christian faith, unconditional love. Romans chapter 8, verse 38 through 39 talks about this love. It says, "For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord." This scripture confirms the unchanging, unfailing, unconditional love of God. It's a reminder that no matter our circumstances, no matter our sin, God's love remains steadfast. Knowing we are unconditionally loved boosts our self-esteem. It fosters emotional resilience. It contributes to our mental health. So in moments of doubt or difficulty, remember this love that Jesus proved in the death, burial, and resurrection, well, it surrounds and sustains us. For the Christian Television Network, I'm Dr. Brooks Gibbs.
Who needs a filter when you have a personal bubble blower man? So, he's coming back. I was really hoping today's a Sunday, and we went to church, we did all the things. I thought that he'd be tired at some point and want a nap. Obviously not. Cool. Thank you so much. All right. So I was really hoping to have a mom moment today, and something I really enjoy doing on Sundays is not so much meal prepping. I just really enjoy cooking, like cooking the meat for the week, he loves noodles, so I buy him the veggie noodles because he doesn't really eat a lot of vegetables. So I just try and cook some of the stuff that takes a little bit longer. But, I'm sorry. Wow. But obviously, he's not napping. So my mom moment has turned into outside Charlie play. And normally my OCD type A personality would have a really hard time with that. Oh my gosh, the camera is wet. Stop. But I'm just learning to enjoy the moments. And if I don't get a mom moment today, I get a Charlie moment. And I am just really learning how to incorporate my mom moments into a Charlie moment, because some days that's what I get, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So if you're like me and you are like type A, planner, want everything to fit into your schedule, I just encourage you to try and find the mom moments in the midst of whatever your day might look like. I'm hoping that your day is a tiny man making your personal bubble filter, because that's extra awesome. So I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you find some moments for you in the midst of whatever your day might look like. We'll see you next time.